A little bit of experimentation. What could possibly go wrong? So we're gonna try and do some edge highlighting on all of the silvery metallic details. I guess we can give it a shot over here first. So just some thin edges. Am I edging right now? Yeah. We're doing a little bit of edge highlighting. I should try and do this nice and thinly though. See, I told you guys there's a lot of fans of edging in the chat. You normally pay extra for that? Right. Well, you're welcome, dude. Big day. Basically, we just want to make the edges extra shiny. Oh, Thor's enjoying this a lot. Okay. Yo, what's going on, Motlesses? Happy Monday, dude. How are you doing today? I'm trying to make stuff shiny on stream. The shinier, the better. Okay. We're once again blessed by Motlesses' present, dude. I knew today was gonna be special. Now I finally know why. I start edge highlighting, and immediately Motlesses is here. Your back hurt? You did deadlifting today? Or yesterday? Oh shit. Is it a good hurt? Is it a sore hurt or is it a hurt? I've stopped deadlifting myself, but it is a great exercise. Well, I think muscle soreness can feel kind of nice. My 1 rep max for deadlifting is 185 kilo, which is I think about 400 pounds. It was kind of heavy. But I did some specific power training for some time, which was really fun. But also, it started hurting at some point. Yeah, it was, I have some videos actually. I have video proof, dude. It's on my Instagram. I'm not just, there's not just yapping. I'm a bit heavier now than I was back then. So I should technically, oh, did I remove it? Oh shit, I removed it. I unhighlighted the story. I don't know if I have it as a dedicated video, I don't remember. Well, if you deadlift safely, it's not very dangerous, but that's the main problem, right? If you do low rep training, it's like you gotta always be training within a safe range. That's the main thing. I don't know if I have a dedicated video up on it on my Instagram. I'm not sure. No, I can't find it right now. But anyways, at some point my joints did not enjoy it so much. Plus, like I feel like the joints are not that big of a deal. I could have probably found a solution for that. After like trying to focus specifically on strength training for some time, I started dreading going to the gym. And I figured, you know what, this is not like... It's fun when I'm there, but I'm kind of not enjoying the idea of going there. And that kind of defeats the entire purpose, because I try to go early in the morning and I don't normally need to motivate myself. So I kind of mix it up. Maybe at some point I'll go back to it. Yeah, world records are extreme, dude. I feel like most people don't realize how fucking strong like the Olympic lifters and stuff are. Like they pick the bar up and they lift it above their heads, and sometimes they do an extra kilogram and sometimes they do a little bit less. But the Olympic lifters are extremely strong. Nah, it's like pound per pound, those guys are exceptional. There's like videos of like, there was a great little video of one of the Chinese guys. I don't know if I can find this. I feel like I'm gonna destroy my stream if I show you guys this. What's his name? I don't know if I can find this. The video was called "You Are Not," but I'm forgetting his name right now. Fuck. Chinese lifter. You Are Not Lu, that's it.
Heard of.
I don't know if I can even show you guys this, because it's No, it's a Eurosport highlight video. I don't think I can show you that on stream. No, I can't show you that on stream. Anyways, if you're interested, it's called "You Are Not Lu" on YouTube. Those guys are exceptionally strong. Let me see. I can link it in the chat here. Oh fuck, I can't link it in the chat, man. For some reason I can't copy paste in this OBS. Sorry, this is my sketchiest stream setup. I can't do shit. Okay, all I can do is paint, and if I try anything else, everything breaks. I should just not be trying anything else. For some reason, I can't copy paste into OBS, which is what I use for my chat. I can't copy paste in my own chat. Yeah, I don't fucking know what's going on. Everything breaks. Don't touch it. You like watching videos of people doing calisthenics? Yeah, those guys are also extreme, man. Like the people that are doing repeated muscle ups and stuff. I don't think, I don't know what the number is, but I don't think the majority of people can do a muscle up. I don't think I can. Never tried it, so probably not. Safe bet that I can't. Okay. You used to be able to do muscle ups, but now you're old. I mean, you can get back to that, I'm sure. Unless you're old. There's a lot of old men that are very strong, man. Old man strength is not just a meme. Okay. You're 51, it's not easy. Fair, fair, fair. You're almost as old as Modless is, dude. Modless is deadlifting. Almost. Practically in the grave. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, this was supposed to be a motivational segment of the stream, Bally. Well, you're coming in swinging today. Good morning. We all need reminders of our own mortality every once in a while. You can deadlift your own casket. I think a casket is pretty heavy, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of steroid usage though in Hollywood. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect with what people think is possible and what isn't. There's at least a lot of TRT, like a lot of testosterone replacement therapy, which supposedly has loads of benefits and all that, but there's a lot of actors that are certainly not at natural testosterone levels. And that's fine. I have nothing against it. But yeah, there is a little bit of a disconnect there with what people think is possible and what is actually possible. Yeah, specifically for people that do photo shoots or video, right? Like they have specific specific bits of training and water cutting and all that. Yeah, exactly. Like there's a lot of like stigma, especially on social media and stuff and in Hollywood and whatnot, for people that use performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah. I think there's so many folks, especially in movie roles, that use a lot of stuff. It's pretty obvious. Like guys that are in their 50s and they sign up for a new role and they suddenly gain like 20 pounds of muscle. Like that is completely unrealistic. Not a chance. Yeah, their job is to alter their physique. That's very true. And obviously, one thing to not forget is that it's much easier if you have a personal chef that prepares all of your meals, so you don't have to do your calorie watching yourself. They just create nice meals for you, and it's, yeah. That's not an excuse, but it's an advantage. No carbs for 8 months. I don't think it has to be that extreme. All right, I think the silvery parts are kind of nice. Oh yeah, 100% memes. The Hollywood standard for men's physiques is kind of nuts. Like people like to hate on Barbie and all that. But I'm pretty sure I've had body dysmorphia ever since I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was like 8. Everybody wants to look like fucking Goku, okay? Every single one. Right from the get-go. He-Man is the peak men's physique. Right, also completely unrealistic. Did I watch Dragon Ball Z? Oh yeah, hell yeah, of course. I love Dragon Ball Z. You never watched Dragon Ball Z, Thord? It's still watching. It's still worth watching. It's still fun. Maybe it's a bit cringe though, I'm not exactly sure, but... It is funny though, how like, a lot of shows, like for example Barbie and whatnot, catch a lot of flack for setting unrealistic bodies expectations, which is fair. But there are a lot of very highly unrealistic standards in cinema for men. 100%. There's 100% a double standard there, yes. In the cinema, not cinnamon. All you remember from Dragon Ball Z was the insane amount of muscle and the yeah, Ka-met. I'm not gonna do it, bad idea. What's going on, sis? Yeah, it was a blast, it was really fun. I mean, we're only there on Saturday. Speaking of unrealistic expectations, system administrator is here, gamers. All you can do is just live up to your best self. Yeah, the race was kind of boring, I guess. True. It was exciting in the first corner when Max went brrrt. This is the first time though that McLaren has won like this. Since like the 90s or whatever. It's been a very long while. I didn't buy a box, okay? I just bought individual miniatures. So I bought this guy and then this one. I have decided I don't want to pick up army boxes. Because I'm not going to paint them all. And I don't want to. Even though it's technically value, I know myself. If you don't paint armies, I don't think picking up the whole box is a great idea. I just want to paint cool miniatures. So I try to only buy things that I think are gonna be fun to paint. Okay. Go paint 40 warriors? Yeah, that sounds like shit, dude. I've been painting minis since February. No, I don't intend on playing. I just like painting. Yeah, so a lot of armies, so I have a few over here. A lot of armies have like a centerpiece model, and then they have like a lot of smaller models too. And a lot of them are similar. So like for example, if you want to play a, I don't really know the rules, so correct me if I'm wrong, but if I understand correctly, if you want to play Tyranids, you are effectively expected to paint about 50 of these fuckers, which is real fun for the first 3. And then it gets less enjoyable as time goes on, because these are cool. Yeah, these are basically Zerglings with guns, and I really like them, but in order to paint, you know, a full army of them, you'd have to paint quite a few. So there's a little bit of variety. I don't really understand how the games work, but... So I kind of try to just paint the minis I think are cool. Although there are like, there's a new game mode that they came out with some time ago that is very popular right now, where you only have to like paint a relatively small army. And all of the miniatures from those boxes are generally a little different. So it's a bit more reasonable. Your 3-year-old's favorite song right now is Dragostea Dinte. Drago stea dinte. Is that the Noma, 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 ne? Noma. Is that that one? That's that one, isn't it? Noma, Noma, ne. Noma, 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 ne. Fairly sure that's the one. Your 3-year-old is singing that song all day? Fuck. That's just, yeah. I'm sorry about that, man. He sings that and Max, 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 Super, Max, Max, Super, Super, Max, 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 Super, Max, Max, Super, Super, Max, Max. I don't know, man. Having kids that sing annoying songs all day. Like, I already do that, you know? If I ever have kids, they're definitely gonna sing annoying songs all day. Because I sing annoying songs all day. Somebody's teaching him these songs, though. If I have kids, would I allow them to be Twitch streamers? Oh yeah, sure. We used to sing a lot, man. When I was a kid, I didn't realize that this was kind of weird. Like, my sisters always sang a lot. I have 3 older sisters and they were always sing all the time. So I always sang all the time as well when I was a kid. And then I found out as I got older, nobody else does that. Very uncommon. We would just sing terrible songs all the fucking time. Okay. You sing when you are alone at the office? Nice, nice, nice. I want to do a little bit more of a darker color. We're gonna do, where's my Pterodon turquoise? Where did, oh, it's over here. You have 3 older sisters also, and they don't realize that if you start singing something, they'll start singing along. Right. Your family had a no singing at the table rule? I remember specifically at the dinner table, we would repeatedly sing the intro for The Lion King. The Na Jibanya Mama Beach, whatever it's, I don't know what it's like anymore. I don't know what the lyrics are, but we would repeatedly sing that over and over and over again, and we would take turns. We went to see the Lion King musical one day, which was awesome by my parents. I really loved that. However, the music from that musical, my sister ended up getting a CD. Do I need to explain to the Zoomers what the fucking CD is? Anyways. It was very fun. A no singing rule at the table. That must have been a necessity then. What's going on, Branda? Branda? I don't really have an army collection, man. I just paint individual minis I like. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You want to see something I've painted? Sure, I can show you one. Let me finish up this little part first and then... I don't know if I love how this is going, this section. I think the weapon looks okay. What do you guys think of the weapon? It's too green? Well, I mean, it's supposed to be very green. That's the whole point of the weapon. It's very high tech, you wouldn't understand it. Imagine the US military in another like 8,000 years. Oh wait, no, 38,000 years. This is what it's like. I've been really liking painting, man. It's been a lot of fun. Hell yeah, Dovey, thank you. I don't really know exactly what sort of weapon or what this weapon does. I have no idea about Necrons, man. Maybe the weapon's not meant for fighting. No, I think it is meant for fighting. I'm not in love with how I did this weapon. I may have to relayer some of the parts. I think the cape turned out a lot nicer. Main problem with the weapon here is that it's very flat. Like there's some little ridges and stuff, but most of it is kind of flat-ish. So I'm trying to create a color gradient in places where there's not much of a color gradient, if that makes sense. You just had a call with a Canadian? Oof. Wait, no, what's wrong with Canadians? Oh, America is better? That's your whole point? All right, let me grab a mini that I'm happy with. Which one do I show, chat? I don't know. Somebody's asking to show off a mini. I think my favorite one that I've painted so far is this guy. It's a Norn Emissary from the Tyranids. I think this one's cool. I think this one turned out really well. Also, I've been told don't hold this above your palette, because apparently it is relatively common for people to drop their miniature in their palette, which I don't want to do. I think this one turned out pretty sick. Can I eat it? No, I don't think you can eat it. You get to live on the edge of my desk. No, it's not magnetized. I purposefully kept this one clean. I didn't really add a lot of dirt. All right, we're gonna do some Runelord brass to relayer some of the brass. And then we're gonna do some edging again. I love edging. We're gonna edge with Canoptic Alloy, which is like a bright color. What's the thing in the top left? It's my lamp. You see how my camera, you see how over here in the top right cam, top left rather, how my camera is dangling on top of that box, the light. There you go. If I disable that, you can see what I'm talking about. It's part of the light. I didn't really think about that, but it's okay. It works. The only problem is that my camera is now stuck in this section. Yeah. Canoptic alloy. We're gonna do some edging with this. Not yet though. I put everything in a dropper, dude. I put my entire Games Workshop collection in dropper bottles. Except for the contrast paints. You know how much time that took, Echo? I don't want to talk about it. How hard was it? It wasn't hard, it was just time consuming. That's what she said. It is. Don't you have to water it down? I don't think you want to water it down. You want to use like a thinner. I use like an airbrush medium. And then I thinned it down with that. I think if you use water, you kind of fuck up a lot of it. So what I did is I bought like a bunch of like cheapo dropper bottles on Amazon. And then I got like these little agitator balls things that you put inside of the dropper bottles. And then for every single one of the paints that I wanted to transfer over, I added like a bunch of drops of thinner into the paint. Then I used the paint mixer to like mix it all through very, very thoroughly. And then I would have to look at the consistency to check whether or not it was pourable, because if it isn't pourable, you have to add more thinner. And then you have to repeat that process until it's like pouring, but not too fast. And then you have to move it over into... Yeah, it was a bit of a pain, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I've done it though, it's easier. You have 50 pots of Lamian medium? This took me a long ass fucking time though, Echo. So I think it's worth it, mostly because I don't really want to deal with the Games Workshop pots if I don't have to. I like the Games Workshop pots for the shading and stuff, but I think for the acrylics it doesn't make any sense. What's crazy to me is that Games Workshop sells airbrush paints in pots. Why would you put airbrush paints in pots? That makes no sense. You can't transfer it from a pot. Yeah, I don't know. I did buy an airbrush, sis. Yeah, I did. I can show you. I haven't really used it that much yet, but... Actually, I want to see if it's audible. If my, I bought a compressor as well, obviously. Let me see. Let me plug it in and turn the freaking thing on. All right. So I bought a compressor that is supposed to be quite quiet. Let me mute the audio, and you guys can tell me if you can hear the compressor, okay? So this is the one I ended up buying. So basically what happens is there's like a little tank that fills up with air, and when it's out, the compressor will turn on to refill it up with pressure, right? So right now it's, I think, like half full. I should probably spray for a little bit, and then it will turn on. You guys can tell me if you can hear it. So this is just the airbrush. The compressor hasn't turned on yet, guys. You heard a little click? It was a tiny little click. Yeah, so this is the most quiet ones they sell for, you know, not an extreme amount of money. Yeah, it's mostly a clicking noise, I guess, for when it like turns on. It's a very low, yeah. It's a click mostly, I guess, that like makes a bit of noise. So I bought one off of Amazon initially, a compressor. And that compressor was unusable for streaming. Like there was no way, like I don't really want to stream it right now, but I think in the future if I get more, you know, if I know how to properly use it and whatnot, I may very well end up streaming it, and that thing was just unusable. Because like the compressor would turn on and it would be like, it would just make a fuck ton of noise. And I couldn't use that possibly for any recording. I know you guys love the sound of my paint mixer and the sound of the, I don't know, the hair dryer and stuff, but it's been a fun little project, man. Just, yeah. I had to spend a little bit more money than I originally was planning on, because a silent compressor turns out to be a lot more expensive. So this one uses like oil and stuff, rather than like, it doesn't get hot either. Supposedly the cheaper ones get very hot. Anyways, I justified it by it being a business expense. And yeah. That did the trick, I guess. I need more subs. Always, always ASO. No, it's okay. Subbing always optional. Hell yeah, Canoptic Alloy, what the hell was that, bro? But it is appreciated, of course, because that way we can pay bills and stuff. You see compressors on Amazon? Yeah, so the cheaper ones don't use the same system. So from what I understand, these are like using the same system that is in like your fridge or your freezer. So they're kind of chill, because you don't really hear your fridge or your freezer very much. But it's a different type of technology. Yep. I didn't know much about compressors either, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on it. And it turns out there's a lot of variety out there. Which is not too surprising, I guess. Yeah, so the nice thing is, J-Bob, the model that I got is apparently the same one that Dialan has. And Dialan's one is from 1991 or whatever is what he said. So like his is over 30 years old and it still works. So these are like the type of tools that don't really, you know, they don't really, I mean, they can break. You do have to maintain, like a little bit of maintenance with like oil and stuff, but it's very easy. So it's like those type of things that technically last a very long time. But yeah. Your AC is on the roof and you can hear it when it starts. Well, my AC is on the roof too, but I never hear it. But I also don't have ears that work particularly well. So that might be on me. But I've never heard Lauren mention that she can hear it. Well, I don't have central AC, yeah. I wish, Matt. That would be cool. American AC hits differently, dude. Oh shit, Sissat, man. You're going on vacation next week and you're bringing one watch? That sounds difficult, bro. Big decision to make. How do you possibly make that cool though? Whoa, 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 you hate Baltic now? Is that what's going on here? That's what I'm hearing. You should definitely bring a diver. You should bring 2. But yeah, it's been a bit of an airbrushing adventure over the last couple days. It's been really fun though. Like, I took the entire fucking thing apart after using it, even though I didn't need to, because it wasn't really necessary. But I figured it would be nice to understand the entire part, or like all of the parts inside of the thing. So I took the whole thing apart and then I built it back together, and I felt very intelligent when it turned on. You're gonna take 2 to 5 watches for a 4-day trip? Okay, maybe not. What's the most common place for people in the US to go on vacation? When people say we're going on vacation in the US, what's the most common? Where do people go? In the Netherlands, most people go to like France, for example, but I'm assuming people stay at home. It's not really a vacation if you don't go on holiday, I guess. Or if you don't go anywhere. Maybe. I feel like most people, at least over here, when they say vacation, they mean that, like, they're going somewhere. Las Vegas? Mexico? Disneyland? Disneyland, dude. Disneyland making the big bucks. Sysadmin is gonna take his 3-year-old to Vegas. gotta start early. No, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. In Canada, we often go to Mexico or Florida. Okay. Apparently American tourists are not welcome in Europe? What? Of course you are. There's a lot of social media memes going around right now with American tourists in Europe. I know for, I think they're changing something visa-wise. So like if I want to go to the US, I have to fill out like an online form for a visa, which takes like, I don't know, it's like 30 bucks and it takes like half an hour maybe, tops, a little less than that. I think they're basically introducing something similar for American visitors. But I'm pretty sure that's just one of those online dick measuring or like those global dick measuring contests, you know, where they're like, oh, you're making me do it, now I'm gonna make you do it too. It's, yeah, it's been the norm for the US for ages though. If you want to go to the US, you have to fill out an online form. Americans having to fill out paperwork is oppression, right? That's basically what it sounds like. Yeah. I think you'll be okay. Also, Europe, like the thing about, whenever people in the US say, I'm going to Europe, they never mean they're going to Albania, right? Nobody is vacationing in I don't know, there's so many places. I feel like referring to Europe as Europe, it's a continent, you know? It's like saying, I'm going to Africa. or Asia. It just doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Generally speaking, people go to vacation and say, I don't know, France, London, Spain, Italy, right? It's a little different. Yeah, true. But like America as a country works a little differently than Europe as a continent in my mind. It also doesn't help, I guess, that the USA is kind of like it's a synonym for America. It's a little, yeah, America as a continent too, but people refer to the USA as America. So it's always a little bit confusing, I think. So I think if you are from the US and you're thinking about going to Europe and you're talking about it to Europeans, you should probably refer to the country rather than the continent, if that makes sense. But it's okay. When Americans say Europe, they usually mean France. Yeah, it's like France, maybe Barcelona, Rome, that sort of thing. First, we have to know where Croatia is. Croatia is pretty, man. There's a lot of nice places to go in Croatia, I'm sure. I've never been either, but I heard great things. Estonia, right. Very few Americans will be vacationing in Estonia, I guess. But I'm sure it's lovely. I'm sure it's fine. Anything within the European Union will probably be all right. Yeah, Romania. I've heard good things about Romania, but I don't really hear a lot of people going on holiday to Romania. You can go and visit Thort. You can make the Twitch chat pilgrimage to Thort. Just go to Romania, knock on everybody's house, and ask, hey, are you Thort? Until somebody says yes. See, the drinks are on Thort, perfect. How many houses can there be? But I think that's most of what people mean when they say I'm going to Europe. I don't think there's a whole lot of oppression, man. There is definitely a bit of an American tourist stereotype, but a lot of that is also very overblown. They don't say I'm going to France, they say I'm going to Paris. Okay, that works. Although to be fair, France and Paris are very different in my mind too. Like Paris is full of people from Paris, man. It's a little different. It's like New York City, I guess. Like the average American is not like the average New York City, you know, inhabitant, right? It's a little different, I guess. My favorite Lowko story is when he went to Amsterdam and the server told him to speak English. Mate, this has happened many, many fucking times. The weirdest thing is that people in Amsterdam, in restaurants, when you talk Dutch to them, it's happened several times that they give me a dirty look. Like I'm the one, you know, like I'm just talking, like I'm speaking the language of the Netherlands, man. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. The story I told on stream though once upon a time was the story of like this famous Dutch celebrity chef, and it was like, it wasn't a very expensive restaurant or whatever. It was just like it was like a lunch place, right? So we went to sit down and I spoke to the lady in Dutch, and she gave me this look like I was fucking insane, that I was speaking Dutch in the Netherlands. Anyways. To be fair, most people working in restaurants, I think, in Amsterdam, or at least a lot of people working in restaurants in Amsterdam, are people that are students. And there's a lot of international students. So it's a little different. It's funny, when I told people I went to Normandy, people just thought I went to the beach where the invasion happened. Right. What's going on, Echo? Yeah, he's starting to look extra shiny today. We've added a lot of shine. We're gonna make the staff a little bit darker though, because the staff is much too dark, or much too bright. Yes, Abierto. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Very common in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, for people that work in restaurants to not speak Dutch. Which is why a lot of people in Amsterdam are kind of unhappy too though, because like the entire city, I guess, kind of like, I'm not from Amsterdam, so I don't really know, but I've heard people complain about like the city being overrun by people that don't speak Dutch and they're not Dutch. They're just here for a couple weeks or a couple of years and then they move on again. I don't know. Basically, there's a lot of tax benefits if you're an expat. So if you work in the Netherlands, but you're not a Dutch citizen. So I think you only have to pay a very small amount of income tax, which is like basically the main taxation, which has driven up prices for rent, a substantial amount. So people that are originally from Amsterdam have a very hard time. Even if they work the exact same job, they have to pay substantially more in taxes. And they can't get an apartment because expats are getting old apartments. And this has been like an issue for a while, where it's